That's yummy!
Hello everyone and welcome. Today we're making a delicious dessert that everybody loves, peach cobbler. Let's get started with some of the ingredients. Of course, for the main ingredient you need peaches. I'm using homemade jarred peaches. These are not store-bought. They're organic. I'm using yellow and white. And you can use any type of peaches that you prefer. You can use canned, whichever you prefer, or you can do them even like prepare them yourself. For dry ingredients, you need cinnamon, vanilla extract, a little bit of nutmeg. You need a cup and a half of unbleached flour, third cup of brown sugar. I'm gonna use half tablespoon of baking powder. This is optional, but I'm using toasted pecans because I'm gonna pair this peach cobbler when it's done with butter pecan ice cream, so this is gonna pair up great with the flavors. 1.5 cups of milk and 3/4 of a stick of butter, and make sure it's unsalted. The first step is to get our mix ready. That's gonna be the batter technically that goes with the peaches. So we're gonna pour the flour. We're gonna add our milk. And I'm adding, I'm adding half tablespoon of baking powder, and same thing I'm gonna do for the vanilla. And for cinnamon, this one I'm mixing a little bit with the batter. You don't have to, but I'm gonna add a little bit more again to the peaches. Same thing for the cinnamon. I like adding the same ingredients I'm gonna add on the peaches in the batter. A little bit of cinnamon, and then nutmeg, just a little bit. And then we mix it up. This is gonna be a running mixture because, well, everything's gonna cook well and together with the peaches in the oven. You're gonna bake it in our air fryer. Okay, it's running mixture. It doesn't have to be thick. Okay, so before we put our peaches and combine everything together, I'm gonna start putting the butter. Some people put it melted. I prefer to put it in sections because it's gonna melt anyways. Some people put it on the top. It's just on preference, whichever you prefer. So you're gonna use the whole butter. I'm gonna chop it up pieces. I'm gonna put some on the bottom before I add the mixture. And around half of it I'm gonna put on the bottom. The other half I'm gonna put it on top of the peaches. Okay. Now it's time to pour the peaches. And spread them around. And we're gonna mix batter. That's it. You don't want to mix everything together because eventually just spread it as best as you can. There's no right or wrong of either pouring the butter on the bottom first. It's based on preference, to be honest, on making a peach cobbler or any type of cobbler. You can make a strawberry cobbler, any fruit, to be honest, that is sweet and tangy like peaches. And I'm adding the brown sugar on top. It's gonna give it a little bit of sweetness too, because these are homemade. These are homemade and they're not as sweet. They don't have that much sugar when they're working. I'm adding a little bit more of the cinnamon, the vanilla too, a little bit of the nutmeg. So to finalize it, I'm gonna add the pecans on top. I could have added on the bottom, but I just wanted to be nice and displayed on the top. Just a last touch of it. I'm using about a quarter to half a cup of toasted pecans. You don't have to, again, this is optional. This is because we're pairing this cobbler with butter pecan ice cream when it's done. And then before I add the little bit of butter left on top, just mixing it a little bit, just to, things are gonna get mixed up. Once it starts baking. And the last thing is to add more butter on top. You can see this is a very simple recipe and you don't need that many ingredients. It's very flexible. You can make it to your preference. I'm going to preheat the air fryer because I'm using bake mode on my air fryer. So we're gonna switch it up to bake mode, 350. And this is gonna take roughly around 30 to 40 minutes because on the air fryer is more enclosed. It cooks faster than the regular conventional oven. So this one is gonna take less time. But we'll check it around that time and see if it needs a little bit more toasting. So I'm gonna start preheating first. Air fryer is preheated, so it's time to put it in. Uncover, and we're gonna put it for 40 minutes, but I'm gonna check it at 30 just in case it's less because this cooks a little bit faster than a regular oven. The peach cobbler is almost done. It turned off right now. I'm gonna put it for 400 now at a higher temperature for 10 minutes so it can crisp up the top and it's crispy from the top. So 400, another 10 minutes or so, and then we'll be ready. The peach cobbler is finally done. We're gonna take it out and let it rest because we don't wanna eat it right away. We wanna let it rest for like 10 minutes before we try this one out. Ooh, look. Nice and crunch on top. It's still bubbling. This is why we're gonna let it rest for like 10 minutes before we try it out. Let it cool down because it's boiling hot right now. The smell is so delicious. It's like, can't wait to try the whole space right here. Even though we're outdoors, it smells delicious. It smells like the cinnamon, the sweetness of the peach, the little bit of the nutmeg, the sugar, so everything. Can't wait to try it. The peach cobbler is nice and cooled off. It's time for my favorite part, which is trying it out. So let's dig in. Crusty from the top and still soft. I prefer my cobbler a little bit runny because I want more of the peach than the bread on mine. This is my preference. I know some people prefer more of the bread on it than the peach, but I want to be able to taste the peach. And of course, let's not forget, this is optional obviously, but you can always pair up any type of ice cream with your cobbler, preferably vanilla. But since I put pecans on mine, I'm using butter pecan ice cream because it's the best combination with cobbler. So I'm using, as you can see, it has even my ice cream has some pecans too because it's butter pecan. And I just put 3 of them. Let's try it out. Let's see. Get a little bit of the ice cream and the cobbler on the bread. That is yummy. Sweetness, crunchiness. This is such a fall dessert that you don't want to miss out. Even though we're not getting the fall weather yet, It's always great to make this for any occasion. Don't forget to subscribe and like our videos, share, and follow us on Instagram and TikTok.